Howdy ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another War Thunder Ground Forces video brought to you by me, Drazimo. Today we are driving around in one of the newer German tech tree vehicles, and that is the 37mm Flak 36 L98 gunned half track. Basically it's a truck with tracks on it which has a flat gun on the top and is designed primarily for taking down aircraft, like I'm trying to do here in the IL-2, the Russian kind of bomber. Most of the Flak 36s were given to the Luftwaffe for airfield defense and basically any strips where they used aircraft just to prevent other aircraft from the Allies attacking it. This is going to be one of these vehicles which is kind of difficult to learn how to shoot. I've got a lead indicator there on it, so I was able to destroy it, but most times when I'm trying to shoot at aircraft I don't do very well, especially in realistic and simulator battles, so it's going to be one of those skilled vehicles to use. Now we're going to get into the statistics of the vehicle within Ground Forces itself. These aren't actual realistic statistics, although most of them are fairly close from what I can make out. The 37mm Flak 36 is a rank 3 tank. I'll basically call it a tank for the time being just because it's easier. It has a battle rank of 2. It has a max speed of 55 kilometers an hour. This is where the variations different. The actual vehicle itself had a top speed of 50 miles an hour, at least the Sd.Kfz.6 6/2s, which is this is one off. And going up a KV1 here is not advisable, but I thought I'd go YOLO, and actually meant that the Stug around the corner was able to get some shots in. The hull armour on the tank is 3 at the front, 3 at the sides and 3 at the back. That's millimeters. And the turret armour, although it's only armoured at the front because of the front plate, it's got a front, side and rear armour of 7mm, so pretty much anything can take this out. But one word of note is, like any other tank in the game, if you shoot at the tracks, the only damage you're going to do is to the track, so you're not really going to do any fatal damage by doing that unless you're kind of using high explosives possibly. The vehicle comes with default ammo, which is a combination of APHE, which is armor piercing high explosives, and FIT, which is fragmentation incendiary tracer. The muzzle velocity of the rounds is 820 millimeters per second, and the armor penetration at 10 meters is 55 millimeters, at 100 meters is 48, at 500 is 35 millimeters, at 1000 is 22 millimeters, 1500 is 16 millimeters, and I haven't put the 2000 on here because you're not going to do much from 2000 meters with this gun, but it's 14 millimeters, so it's only 2 millimeters less than 1500. As you'll see here, I'm actually taking a few shots at a T-34. Generally not what this gun is for, or the vehicle in general, but we'll give it a go because we can. The upgrade ammo for the vehicle, there's 2 types. You get the PZGR, or Panzer Grenade, which is effectively the HPE armor piercing high explosive with the same stats as you get from the default ammo. So it's 55 penetration, 48, 35 respectively. And the fragmentation incendiary rounds from the Sprenging Grenade, which is the same, well, I assume it's the same stats as the default round as well. It just gives you the option of using one or the other if you'd rather have something that was specifically designed for armor penetration. As you can see there, we took out the T-34, which is always good. Yeah, so this is, as I've said before, the 6/2 variant. There were 4 different types, I believe, as in there was a number 6, which was a people carrier. I think it could take up to 15 people along with the driver. There was the 6 Diana, and that had a 7 was it 76mm cannon on it, so quite a lot bigger than the one that we get here, but that might be something that comes in the future. There was the 6/1, which was also another people carrier, and the 6/2, which is the one we're driving here. And as I said, they're mostly given to the Luftwaffe for, you know, airfield defences, but they were later replaced by the 7/2, which I also believe had a 37mm rather gun. The 6/2 came with 4 different variants. There was the Flak 18, the Flak 37, the Flak 43, and the Flak BK, which had a smaller gun than all of the others. In real life, it has an effective range of 6,585 meters, so it's not bad going. And from watching me play, you'll see not in necessarily this part here, because I'm literally going YOLO against an SU. Was it an SU-22, 122, and I get a good few shots in, but as I don't have any armor, it can literally, if it can get round to me, just one-shot me, which you're gonna see happens right here. So that's the end of me. What else can I say about this? Yeah, it's very accurate. Now we're up against another SU-122, and I cut this footage down because it was quite lengthy. I spent about 2 minutes just shooting this because I realised that it's quite accurate. You can actually track vehicles a lot higher than you, so you can see I've tracked him, so he's not going to move anywhere. And as long as I keep getting hits in, I'm going to earn points. I'm not going to do a lot of damage to him, but I'll get points. So I get a lot of target on damage because I'm actually hitting the front of him and he's at an angle. So for this part, you're not actually seeing me get many points because he did manage to move back a little bit. However, you can actually take out higher tiered tanks if you hit the right spot. And because this gun is very accurate, which you'll see when I've stopped faffing around shooting at its tanks and not doing any damage, that you can hit compartments at the top. So I'm hitting the cupola, I believe now. So I'll take out his driver and I'll do a bit more. Damage his gunner, damage his machine gunner, damage his vertical cannon drive, get some more points in, and kill his gunner, kill his cannon drive, and actually manage to get the kill. Then I see a KV. Is that a KV1? Yes, it's a KV1. I'm working on a small screen, so it's hard for me to see. But I think, oh, I'm going to back up, try not to take any more hits, and we'll move out the way. I'll go down the dip, probably showed a bit too much on my side, and get taken out by the KV1. As of the moment, most of the time I'm actually going up against tanks, not aircraft. There doesn't seem to be that many people wanting to play aircraft in a Ground Forces beta, which is understandable because for the most part people are going to want to try out the tanks and see what it's like. So I'm hoping that when I get to play a few more games with this, I can try and get a few more kills on aircraft, which I hope to show. And I actually really enjoy this. It's quite different. You can build up a lot of points. You'll see in this game when I'm going up against a few more tanks, if they don't see you and you can like hold down, as it were, you can just keep firing and firing and firing, and you're not doing actually much damage to the tanks themselves unless you get a lucky shot on a weak spot. But the points do rack up. In the previous game where I was playing, or I was shooting against the SU-122, I actually didn't do anything else in that game apart from kill that tank, and I ended up coming third on my team with over 1,000 points within the game. So it is something to think about. At the moment you can't play it to how it's truly meant to be played, but I'm hoping that we can, as more people get into the closed beta, as they seem to be opening up at the moment. And that's the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've been entertained. Please like and subscribe if those are your types of things to do, and I'll see you in the next video.